Good morning. I'm Anna Marie De La Vega, and this is Focus. In every community, there are kind of some hidden heroes. People like folks at the Martha O'Brien Center who are working tirelessly to increase the knowledge and the upward mobility, was a phrase that I saw, of people in our community all the time. Now, people who have business and have dealings with the Martha O'Brien Center know about them. But if you don't, here's a chance to get to know them. And we've got Sherica Nelms, the Chief Program Officer from this gem in our community, the Martha O'Brien Center, to talk more about it. Hello, welcome.
Hi there. Thank you for having me.
So let's start from just the beginning. What is the Martha O'Brien Center and what does it do?
We're a nonprofit located here in the city, and we have a goal to end poverty in one generation.
Whoa, that's a big goal.
That's a big goal, and we think we can get there. We do that by empowering families and individuals through education, through employment services, through family support services, all the things that a family needs to get out of poverty.
Like what? Like what does all of that encompass?
We have a variety of programs that support individuals and families. One of our biggest initiatives is our Family Success Network. The Family Success Network is a third space where individuals and families can come together to experience recreational and educational programming, advance their educational and employment skills, and learn both as caregivers and with their families to how the tools to be successful.
Okay, now you said a third space. What does a third space mean?
A third space is just a physical space that is convenient and in the community. So the Family Success Network at the Martha O'Brien Center is a physical space where families can come. So almost like a community center. So families come. We have a variety of programming that meets family needs. And so we have educational programming. Our adult education center operates there. So we offer adult education where participants and clients can come and learn the skills that they need to take the GED, or they can advance their basic reading and math skills and basic education skills. We have employment. We have an employment department that offers advanced boot camps where participants can learn an employment skill.
Whoa, like what? Like, give me an example.
So currently we have an IT boot camp. So we have participants can come in and learn basic digital literacy skills. And so they're learning how to navigate the internet. They're learning coding, those kinds of things that will lead to employment.
And good
down the
employment.
line. Yes. We have a construction boot camp as well. So they'll come in, learn basic construction skills to get matched to an employer. So our job is to pair skills with employment.
Did the Martha O'Brien Center always do this?
The Martha O'Brien Center has been providing services to the families in the KC area since 1894. So we've been around for over 100 years providing these services. Our services have evolved as the needs of the community have evolved over the years. And so we are really big on client voice. And so we listen to what our clients need, what our neighbors need, what the city needs. And we aim to provide programming and services that meet that need.
Oh, wow. I like that. You gave me a flashback right then. I used to teach English as a second language, and I would ask the students, well, what do you need to know in your daily lives? And one mom wanted to know how to say sit down and shut up. But that's what she needed.
That's what she needed at the time. And so one of the things that we've learned, we did a community survey not too long ago, and one of the things that we learned was that residents in the KC community wanted more digital skills. They wanted to be able to be better prepared for well-paying jobs. Yeah. So we try to incorporate that knowledge into the boot camps and to the educational offerings that we provide at the center.
And you said in the KC area, what did you? So
our center is located in the KC homes. But we provide services all over to residents all over the city. So although we're located in the KC neighborhood, and the majority of our clients come from that neighborhood, our services are available to the greater Nashville community.
But you're located there where there's a need and where people don't have to, where there's a strong need and where people don't have to try and drive across town or to another city even to get the help that they need.
And that's really the goal, to be able to be a one-stop shop for needs for that specific community. We have an early learning center.
What is that?
Early Learning Center is
You smile so big
otherwise known as a daycare. The babies are so precious. But we provide care for children 14 months to 4 years old.
Wow.
And so they can come, and so parents in the community who need child care, it's readily available. It's right there. We know that in Nashville, the cost of child care is increasing, and it's unaffordable at many places. And so we have spots available, and our goal really is to have 50% of those spots for low-income families. And
wow.
So students can come, and our students receive early literacy development. We work with parents and students, and so while we are providing care for the students, we're also providing information for the parents to help develop that 2-generational bond between the caregiver and the child as well.
Like what?
So one of the things that we provide at the Martha O'Brien Center is family supports, and so we have social workers who come in and work with parents to, providing good parenting tips, good communication tips, positive discipline tips, those types of things. And so we have family support nights where we provide information to families, and we do that in conjunction with our Early Learning Center. But we also provide those supports to the parents who come into the center on a daily basis.
Because usually we do what we were shown. We do what we were modeled. And if you didn't have a positive role model as a parent, you're just struggling, and you're doing the best you know. But there is an option now to get in there with your kid and learn a little something else. And like you said, the good communication. Oh my gosh, 80% of human beings on this planet don't know how to communicate well with each other.
And really, kids have all sorts of needs, and parents come at varying levels of expertise. Nobody gives you a manual to care for a child, and so we all can learn best practices and best parenting tips, research that's available. And our social workers work really hard to make that research applicable to daily lives, to the parents who come into the center.
Is there an example you could give of a best practice for a parenting tip or something that parents might learn? And if not, like I saw your eyes get big, if that's not your area of expertise, that's okay. But I just would be curious because, thoughts on parenting have changed throughout the years over and over and over and over. So I'm curious, what is it now?
Well, I sat in a meeting earlier today with our social workers, and we're planning a workshop on positive discipline, learning the things, learning how to listen to our children, learning to provide positive discipline so that we are building them up as they are developing, and developmentally appropriate communication with them.
What is positive discipline? I don't know what that means. It's like you're saying when I'm training my puppy, I'm like, good girl. Is like that's
positive reinforcement, correction that is reinforcing, that is life-giving to them.
I like that as life-giving instead of a child feeling beaten down.
Punished.
Instead
of discipline always being a punishment.
Oh, wow. Yes. I spoke with a psychologist just a couple of years back, and she said that a lot of times with discipline, the way that we hand out discipline, the child is taught that your thoughts don't matter, your feelings don't matter. Basically, sit down and shut up or whatever, or you do it because I say you need to do it instead of in a positive way. So that's great that the Martha O'Brien Center is teaching that.
That's wonderful, and we have trained staff that are able to do that, both with our Early Learning Center. We also have a department for what we call K-8, and so that is kindergarten through 8th grade, and we have programs at the Martha O'Brien Center, and we have programs with our partner charter school Explore. So we also have a department called the K-8 department. The K-8 department works with kindergarten through 8th grade. We provide after-school care and summer camps. And so that department is focused on providing enriching experiences in addition to academic support to the students who participate in those programs.
What is an enriching experience? Like things that the children might not get to do otherwise, things that make their lives better is what that means, right?
Sure. So it's things like, bringing science experiments into our summer camps, bringing those experiences to camp. One of the fun things this summer, the Martha O'Brien Center camp had a theme that was called Mob Cella, Martha O'Brien Cella. And so they learned about varying genres of music. So they had a country music week, they had a rock music week, they had an R&B week, all of these different genres of music. And so they got to tour the Country Music Hall of Fame. We took them to the African American Music Center downtown. And so they got to have an enriching experience. And so we take our students on field trips. So they learn about different things. We bring in, people who do science experiments. We have a Taekwondo instructor that comes to one of our after-school programs. So really providing our students with experiences that help them cope socially, help their social and emotional well-being, but also provide fun activities for them to engage in, to learn self-control, to learn culturally enriching or engaging things to do.
And they also get to interact with each other and with other people and learn this is socially how we do it. We take turns and we speak politely and things like that. First, I misunderstood exactly what you said at first with the music because my husband plays a bass and a cello. And I was like, wait, what?
Mob Cella.
Mob cello?
Mob Cella, which is a play on Coachella. So it's Mob Cella. And so it's Martha O'Brien.
Mob Cella.
And I think the kids came up with it, but it really was a fun way to explore different music genres. And so they read books. And so our after school and summer programs also focus on academic interventions, so really supporting those skills that are learned in school. So they read books about music genres as well. And then we had an enrichment experience, and so it was integrated into their programming. So it was really fun to see the kids learn about something different and be able to present that, and then to see that activity come alive. And that's what we like to do with all of our programming. We want it to be life-giving. We want it to be engaging for the students, and we want them to learn new skills and be able to experience new things.
So if you're just joining us, I'm Anna Marie, and this is Focus. We're taking a closer look at one of the gems in our community. It's the Martha O'Brien Center, and we're talking with Sherica Nelms, the Chief Program Officer. So you made me think about all the things that they would do and probably not realize they're learning new words, new things, new skills. It's kind of like when you sneak some broccoli in a cupcake. You got something good in you and it was not painful. Okay, so what are some of the other things that we want to let people know that the Martha O'Brien Center does and offers for families?
I think one of my favorite programs that we have is our academic student unions. And so the academic student unions are a third place for students at Maplewood High School, Hunters Lane High School, and Stratford High School. So we partner with those schools, and we provide a space for students to come and experience an after-school program. And so at that after-school program, they have enrichment, academic support, and a real focus on developing a post-secondary plan. So while they're learning and while they are engaging in things that interest them, they're also developing a plan for after high school. Hey, what is the next step? What are you going to do when you leave high school? And then once they graduate, for those that are college bound, we have coaches that continue to work with them after they have enrolled at the college or university of their choice. And so our coaches provide social and emotional support. We provide coaching. We walk alongside them as they're figuring out things on the college campus, providing academic intervention, support, really walking beside them as they complete their post-secondary journey.
That's amazing. Where are some of the places that the kids have gone that you have somebody who's been able to be with them and help them?
Belmont University is a popular choice among our students. Middle Tennessee State University, Austin P, all of the local colleges, Nashville State, Ball State are great partners, Tennessee State University. So we follow them wherever they are, and we walk alongside them, whether that's in person or through text messaging or some of the other electronic communications, really helping them to remember those important parts and important things about college success, helping them to be successful, connecting them with their university, connecting them with resources to complete, whether it's to complete their FAFSA, complete a scholarship application, or an enrollment application. We're right there with them.
And what was that first thing to complete their what? Their
FAFSA.
FAFSA.
FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, which is like the entryway into all student financial aid. So we have our coaches and our academic student union counselors work with our students to ensure that they have completed that application, because it's used to award federal and state aid for college.
I bet a lot of kids have no idea. They're like in elementary school right now, have no idea that they could get a hand. They could get support, emotional and mental support as they go through these things, and that they have a chance to go to college. And you're opening their eyes to that and having them think about, okay, what is your plan? I love that you use the fact that you're helping them to come up with a plan for what they're going to do.
And that's really important. We believe that all students want to be successful. We believe that all students want to be a productive member of society. Sometimes they just need a little help figuring out what that plan will be. I think one of my favorite activities since I've been at the center is our college bash. And so every year, our students who are college bound, we have a big bash for them, and they walk away with a kit. It includes everything from comforters to sheets to everything that you're going to need for dorm life, supplies to get you started on your college journey. And that means so much. We work primarily with first-generation students from low-income backgrounds. And so it can be really intimidating to walk onto a college campus and it's all new and they're speaking a whole different language. And sometimes not have the things that you need to live on this campus, and being able to provide that in addition to the coaching and support is really life-changing for some of the students that we work with.
And Sherica, what did you said the first generation, meaning the first person to go to college?
First person in your family to go to college. That's a first-generation student. And if you think about it, when you're a first-generation student, all of the college terms that you learn, it's like learning a brand new language. I think back to when I was getting ready to go to college, and I came home and I was telling my mom, I've got to take the ACT, I've got to take the SAT, I've got to file this FAFSA. You start rattling off terms, and parents have no idea what all of this is. I need your tax forms. And it can be intimidating to parents as well. So having somebody to walk alongside and to be able to explain, hey, this is the process and this is why we need those documents. I will help walk you through it. You don't have to be intimidated by all of these forms, all of these applications, all of the application fees. We provide assistance with those fees, ensuring that our students can apply to the college, that they will be successful.
You help educate the parents about what's going on, what the process is about, because they can't provide support if they don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're dealing with, I don't know how to help you.
And that's what we see a lot of times. And so it is really life-changing to be able to say, hey, this is the opportunity that you have. And it really changes the trajectory of not just the student, but the whole family. And that's the power of education. And that's why the Martha O'Brien Center is so dedicated to provide educational support and resources from preschool all the way through college, because we know that the single greatest indicator of getting out of poverty is being able to change and help an individual chart an educational path to success. And so we've seen it change the trajectory of not just the individual, but the whole family.
In what way? I mean, I agree, but do you have an example so we can kind of share with our listeners?
Well, if one person is able to get out of poverty and get a higher paying job, then that changes what is possible for the rest of the family. All of a sudden, I've seen you do it. Somebody's done it before. And so then now I know that it can be done. And now I know a path to make it done. so really it's bringing hope back to families, and that's one of the things, one of the principles of the Martha O'Brien Center.
I wonder if it's made parents think, wait a minute, I could still learn something. Because, of course, you can at any age. I wonder if that's helped probably many parents decide.
We've seen that a lot of times. We've seen parents that go back to say, hey, I can finish my GED. I didn't know that I could do this. Or I can enroll in school, too. There is financial aid, and there are pathways for adults who want to go back to school. We can connect them with the Reconnect grant, Nashville State. You can go to a 2-year community college for free if you're over 24 in the state of Tennessee. So we can connect you to those resources.
What? Wait, what? Anybody? Is it income based?
It is not income based if you're over the age of 24 and you do not have a college degree. You can go to a community college or a Tennessee College of Applied Technology, a TCAT, in the state of Tennessee using the Tennessee Reconnect grant.
Tennessee Reconnect grant. And folks at the Martha O'Brien Center are showing people how to make that happen.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's exciting. I didn't know about that.
Yes.
Why do more people not know about that? You need to be talking more.
Well, in a former life, I came from the Tennessee Higher Education Commission, and that was our job. And so I'm so happy to be able to use those skills to help at the Martha O'Brien Center. But they've been doing this work, and that's the great thing. The center has been in the trenches working with families for a really long time.
If you're just joining us, I'm Anna Marie, and this is Focus. It's a closer look at people, places, things in our own community. And today we're talking about a gem of the community, some hard workers, and a nonprofit organization that is helping families. And what is it? The Next Gen? It's to end poverty. You're working with both generations.
We are a 2-generational supportive agency. And what 2-generational support means is that we work with both the caregivers and the child together to help them chart a path forward. So it's working with the caregiver, whoever the caregiver is in that family.
If it's a grandmother?
If it's a grandmother, a grandfather, if it's a parent, a step-parent, empowering the caregiver as the center, as the expert in that family, empowering them, giving them the knowledge that they need, or helping them to access the resources that they need to ensure that the family is successful, bringing that student along. So helping that whole family to rise together, doing that through education, doing that through employment, doing that through creating a space where the family can come together for recreational or enrichment activities.
Why is that so important, the space, the third space?
Well, it's really important, especially in the community. In the KC community, it's really important to have a space where everybody can come together, a community space. We are a part of the community, so we want a space where residents of the KC community or other residents of East Nashville can come and can be together, because as people come together, the community grows.
And they learn from each other.
They learn from each other. They swap stories. They swap skills. And it just makes the community stronger.
And they're not all going to be able to fit in one lady's living room. They all can come there.
Absolutely.
It's a safe space. It's a neutral space. It's not one person's home and I'm going to have to clean up after all these people go. It's a community.
And we have recreational spaces. Martha O'Brien Center has a full gym. And so we have a recreational space. And we have educational spaces that provide support. One of my favorite spaces is our client space, and it's a big table that we sit at when we're working with a family, or a family presents to us and needs some kind of assistance. All of our caregivers sit around the table with the family. So it's not kind of the old model of case management where you're sitting across from a caseworker who is telling you what you need. It's sitting around with that family, centering that caregiver as the expert, the most knowledgeable person about the needs of that family, helping them to establish their goals and helping them with the resources that they need to work towards those.
How do families find out about the Martha O'Brien Center? Where do they come from to come in? Do you guys canvass the neighborhood? Do they friends and neighbors tell them about you? How do they find out, okay, there might be something other than this life we're living, getting up, working all day, working all night, the kids out in the, running around town?
There's any entry point that is available. So we canvass the neighborhood. We have a website. We actually, Martha O'Brien sponsors 2 charter schools. We are the organization for 2 charter schools, the Explore Community School and East End Prep. So students learn about the centers and about our services through those schools as well, through our after-school programs, through our academic student unions. And so we are connected with all of those programs. And so we send information out. All of our services are available. We have folks that just walk into the center. And they heard about us from somebody else. We have partnering organizations. Nashville is a really wonderful place, and nonprofits work together, and we share information. And so, we get referrals from other nonprofits, other agencies that send folks our way. We send folks to other agencies as need be.
I've noticed that. I have absolutely noticed that more and more nonprofits that I talk to, they say, well, we have a lot of partners, community partners who work with us. If we can't provide that need, they can come to us, but we know how and where they can get that need met. And we pull in one of our partner agencies, and that makes so much sense. Instead of one agency trying to do it all and doing part of it pretty bad and not offering anything there, they just go, we've all partnered up.
We want to see families succeed, and I think that's what the Nashville nonprofit community is about, seeing families succeed, seeing kids succeed. We want kids in charter schools to succeed. We want kids in metro schools to succeed. We want all of our neighborhoods to succeed, and we can only do that together.
Yeah. I was just thinking about when a bunch of people who are working at a nonprofit, I noticed that you all tend to have, I don't want to lump everybody together, but I've talked to a lot of people who are representing nonprofits. And they're doing such amazing work in our city and on our communities, but they all have this beautiful heart. And I was like, when you meet somebody out in public and they go, yeah, I work at so-and-so, it's a nonprofit, do you fist bump, you give them a secret handshake or something like that? Because it seems like you've got to go, oh, we would be soulmates because we have the same kind of compassion and same kind of mission in our lives.
I think people who just want to help other people and see other people succeed. And certainly that's the case at Martha O'Brien. It's beautiful people doing beautiful work for a beautiful city. And so it really is a wonderful agency.
That's not the slogan, though, is it?
No, it's
that's
not.
Lovely. It should be.
That's my slogan. It's really
Nelms.
Enjoyable work.
Now, there are a couple of, do you do events that the public might get involved with and help support the Martha O'Brien Center? What do you do? Do you have fundraisers, things like that?
We do have a fundraiser every 2 years. We have what we call the Champions Breakfast, and it is coming up for this year, a fundraiser where we tell our story. And we invite those to come along and hear about the Martha O'Brien story and the impact that we're having. We also have events for the community that are open to the community, and we are always soliciting volunteers to get involved with those events. One of the busiest parts of Martha O'Brien is our food pantry. It's called the Neighbor Care Food Pantry.
Oh.
And we're a pretty busy food pantry. So, and one of the neat things about it is it's client choice. And so customers who come in get to pick the food that is best for their families from our pantry.
Yes.
So,
and that they might be more likely
that they're more likely to eat. So it reduces food waste. And so we're happy to partner with Second Harvest Food Bank to have that food pantry for the neighborhood. It's open to the city. You just have to have ID. Mm-hmm. And so that food pantry is open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Wow. for folks who need assistance with food security.
And you would need some volunteers there.
We need volunteers at the food pantry. We have events for the community. We just had our big back to school bash. That is an annual event where we gave out backpacks and school supplies and neighborhood resources to over 400 people.
Wow.
For the community. We have our college bash every year. Mm-hmm. Every year we have holiday events. And so we have our trunk or treat event coming up. And we do a Thanksgiving community meal and a Christmas party, a neighborhood Christmas party each year.
And you need money?
We need volunteers. We need donations. Yeah. We have an active volunteer coordinator that you can find her information on our website. You can find out information about our fundraisers also on the website, marthaobrien.org. You can go there to sign up to volunteer, to find out what donations we're looking for and what the agency has need for, but also to volunteer or to give.
Look at all these notes you brought, and you didn't need them a bit. Sherica, it's clear you have a passion for it, and it's clear Martha O'Brien Center has a passion for our community. I love it.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been great.
Sherica Nelms, the Chief Program Officer for the Martha O'Brien Center right here in Nashville. We'll put some links and more information online. Make sure you join us again next week, please. I'm Anna Marie, and that's Focus.